hope you're all doing great. It's been a while since I've done a video in English, I've realized. It's easier for me to make videos in French because I know that most of my audience speaks French. With some subjects, I feel more comfortable speaking French, and with others, I feel more comfortable speaking English. And so this is one subject where I feel more at ease speaking English. You saw the title, it's about magic, about crystals, about witchcraft. I know it seems very weird and it's a really specific subject that is probably not going to, attract a lot of people, but it is a subject that is really important for me. I'm going to be answering several questions. Who, when, how, what, and why. First question, who? So me as a witch or as my witchcraft, I identify mostly as different types of witches. First, I identify mostly as a green witch or a garden witch. It's a witch who uses a lot of plants and herbs in her daily life or in her craft. It's a witch who's really in tune with nature, and that's where I really feel where I find myself. It's also the most common type of witch. I also identify as a cottage witch or home witch because for a cottage witch, your home is sacred and you practice a lot at home, quietly on your own. And that's where I feel I can really relate. As an introvert, I work on my craft on my own. I haven't met other witches, so maybe that's why I'm not part of a coven yet. But I do like working on my own, especially my home. And my home is really sacred to me. Every time there's someone who comes over, immediately when they leave, I need to purify my space because it is really important for me to keep those positive energies in my home. Cottage witch often use objects that remind them of each element. So plants for the earth, fountains for water, some sage for the air, candles for fire. I also identify as a crystal witch, if it wasn't obvious enough. Those are crystals, by the way, if you can't see, and if you saw my video on tattoos, I talked about it. Crystals are really part of my daily routine and my craft, and it's something I always have been drawn to. And really starting to get to know the power of each crystals and how to use them. Now for the question when, I actually started really tapping into my abilities and getting really interested into the whole witchcraft very recently. I always felt drawn to crystals and to superior energy, but I've never really dived really into it. This whole part of me is just like a part of my self-discovery journey. I'm getting to know myself more, getting to know what I like to do, what I feel drawn to. Now that I've moved to a new place, I even feel more this need of, cleansing and purifying. That was really like the starting point for me to getting to really know about all of this magic around me that is around everyone, but not everyone is interested in it, or not everyone can use it or see it or feel it. Now for the question how, I already said it in a previous video, but my mom recently, last year, told me that we came from a line of witches. Like, why didn't you tell me before, mother? When she told me that, it's like something changed in my mind. I was like, okay, now I understand why I feel those things, why I managed to do those things that I didn't really understand before, why I felt connected to this whole world of crystals and energies and everything. That also was a starting point of me really getting into it. And my mother, she feels her abilities and her powers, and sometimes she's even a bit scared of it. That's why she doesn't really practice. She doesn't do spells like I would do, or potions. So now for the question, what? What do I do exactly? Because I'm speaking of witchcraft, and you might imagine someone with their cauldron casting jinxes on everyone. No, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing, like I said, as a green witch, is mostly use herbs and crystals for spells, for wellness, and for positive energies. For me, for people around me, I use them for meditation, for jars, for sprays, for potion, or just as plain, using herb for a tea to make me feel healthy or happy or soothing, calming, or using crystals for sleep. For example, the amethyst. I use that for sleep. Immediately when I take it into my hand, it just warms my hand, then my arm, then my whole body, and I instantly fall asleep. The power of crystals is incredible. So that's how I use my witchcraft, is herbs, crystals for different types of things, but always for good. I'm not at all into dark magic. I don't want to wish bad things to other people because, like I said, karma is really important to me. I really believe in it, and I don't think it's good to wish someone bad, because then it means something bad is going to happen to you. I also don't think it's good to wish for money, because I don't like wishing for materialistic things, but that's just me. That's really me specifically. I'm going to be wishing more for like positivity or love, confidence, awareness. I'm more into this kind of things. Regarding spells, I'm going to be more into spells of like manifestations to bring people or answers into my life, trying to connect with my angels, with my ancestors, with my spirits, trying to protect myself from negative energy. I'm not going trying to go against it, but at least protect myself from it. It's mostly wellness and answers and protection. And like I said, I'm really just starting to learn about tarot and, you know, the signification of all the minor and major arcana cards. Before buying a deck, I really want to know everything there is to know about readings and how it works. And then when I feel drawn to a deck, I'm going to buy it and start doing readings for myself and for people I love. But that's really just on the like still learning process. And last question, why? Why am I talking about this today? Like I said, it's a subject that's really important to me, that has really answered so many of my questions. It's really part of my life right now, and I'm really passionate about this subject. I know it seems loony or even weird or creepy for some people. And I was actually talking about it with my best friend this weekend. She was telling me that it's kind of weird to claim that you're a witch, you know, when you know what the term witch brings, you know, in people's mind. But that's the thing, you know, being a witch was such a bad thing at the time. Women were actually being killed for being witches. But now it's like about being proud of who you are and not being scared, you know. And yes, people are going to have like this idea of a pointy hat and a cauldron because of all the stereotypes that go with it. But you know, that's them, that's fine. This is the term that we use for what we are. Maybe some people are afraid to talk about because people might think of them, they're weird. I don't care if people think I'm weird, they already do. So I'm good, okay? You can think I'm weird, it's fine. But for those people who are actually maybe interested, I would really look forward to talking with you. And I'm not gonna say answer your questions because like I said, I'm really a newbie in this subject, but I would love to talk about it with people. And that's why I'm doing this video. I'm always doing videos on subject that I wanna talk about with people and that, you know, fascinate me. I mean, this was the whole point of my YouTube channel at first. If you're interested in some types of the witchcraft, you don't have to do it all. Like, I'm doing it all because that's my personality. I'm the kind of person, when she loves something, she's over the top about it. So I'm like, I love witchcraft, so I'm gonna learn everything there is to know about it. But you don't have to be like me. You can be just interested in like herbal remedies or the power of crystals separately, or even just meditation. You don't need to do the whole thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you were expecting me to cast some spells, this is not what the video is about. It's mostly talking. If it does interest you, I already have started posting how I make some potions and some sprays on my TikTok, so follow me on my TikTok if you want to see that. I'll probably be posting about some small spells and how I'm going with my tarot reading. I won't be posting a lot about it because I know it's not something that everybody's passionate about, but I will be doing it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. It's really different than what I do usually, but different is good sometimes, right? Please subscribe if it's not already the case, and like this video, and I will see you soon, you guys. Bye!